The Fast and the Furious, the movie that started this.
I don't have friends. I got family.
It also inspired an entire generation to take cars designed to get groceries, add an intake, cut off the exhaust, weld on a Folgers can, all while painting the car so it looks like a passed around coloring book in a kindergarten class.
Not a tumor.
It also starred an entire series of movies that somehow began as a group of street racers stealing DVD players to whatever this is now.
I will beat your ass like a Cherokee drum.
Movie starts off with 3 Hondas chasing down and hijacking a truck full of the most cutting-edge technology at the time. Cut over to Brian O'Connor trying to figure out what his car's top speed, all while driving headfirst to a cliff, as one does. So before we continue, I wanted to mention that while I am not a professional mechanic, I do love cars, and some of these lines in this movie are just so great. Makes absolutely no sense, but they sound like they're convincing mechanic jargon, so much so I have a montage at the end. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, we finally get to meet our lovable family that somehow finds the emptiest streets to drive in and the emptiest restaurants to eat lunch at. Unfortunately, that empty restaurant is Dominic's. Not Scrooge McDucking making sandwiches, that's for sure. Now, due to his extracurricular nighttime activities, he knows Brian's boss, and for some reason, he wants him fired now.
I told him good help is hard to find.
Well, that's no good. What is a perfect way to keep his job?
Perfect.
Oh, I know. Challenge Dom to a street race.
Just can't climb in the ring with all the...
Brian, being a parts man, spent all of his money on his car. So he has to bet his car.
I lose, winner takes my car clean and clear.
Considering Brian previously spun out going in a straight line, the race doesn't go well, as you can probably imagine. But we will get back to that race later. Still not giving up hope, Brian decides to help Dom not get arrested after the police raids the race. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why isn't his family doing this? They have other plans. Now, Los Angeles is a big place, but not so big that a group of Asian street racers find Dominic in a car they have never seen before. After parking in what I can only describe as a statue holding area, we find out these are Dom's BFFs. Eventually, Brian's car explodes and they go back to Dom's house. Now, unfortunately for us, the audience, these postcards are here. The next day, we find out that Brian is not just a lonely parts guy who sleeps at work. Oh no, he's LAPD.
See, even the cops are Hollywood and Hollywood.
He has been tasked with finding who is hijacking these trucks.
We all know this world revolves around Toretto, right?
Brian being a Lannister descendant, Brian always pays his debt and gives Dom a slightly used non-turbo, by the way, Supra. Brian decides to actually go to work and gets an order for turbos and other things for 3 Honda Civics. Knowing the Honda Civic is an exceptionally rare tuner car, Brian gets suspicious. Dom then one-ups Brian and catches him doing his cop B&E activities and takes him to his BFF's garage. There we find out these guys just love to buy DVD players in bulk, and they get raided. Race Wars. Oh, this place. First off, I love it. Cars, rave music, and women. Sign me up. 2 important things happen here though. Jesse loses to Dom's BFF, and Brian tells Mia that he is a cop.
Mia, I'm a cop.
And they have to go chase down Dom. All good things come to an end eventually, and the heist goes a little south. Jesse dies in the most south-central way possible, and we get a chase scene and one more 10-second quarter-mile race that takes 2 minutes. Race ends dramatically, and abruptly. Knowing he's going to be in the second movie, Brian gives the keys to Dom and he drives off into the sunset in a car no police officer would recognize. Now, if this sounds familiar at all, it might be because this is the exact same story as Point Break. Robbing banks turned into stealing trucks, officers going undercover, random relationships, bad guy going off in the sunset. There's more, but I think you get it. So now that's out of the way. Let's go over the race. The entire race is lined with spectators for 2 minutes while the cars are going 140 miles an hour. Then you have the NOS. Apparently, this little inconspicuous bottle and this little red button turns the car into a Millennium Falcon. But let's go back to the beginning. Why would you paint a line 1 foot away from an already painted line? Seems unnecessary to say the least. And then you have a director that just couldn't resist inserting himself in the movie. But you know what? I can forgive all this. I can even forgive the random PlayStation scene that is just useless, but I can't forgive the most iconic gibberish ever. Danger to Manifold. Oh god. Not going to get into too much of this, but it is just dumb and has been beaten to death. Speaking of dumb, let's talk about how odd it is that Brian goes from basically hated
Don't come around here.
to loved in a single night.
When you're not working at Harry's, you're working here.
At lunchtime, he was borderline getting fired,
You were just fired.
and he then picks up Dom in a random alleyway after a race, and they outrun probably the most unqualified police officers I have ever seen. That one act gave Brian the key to join the gang, or excuse me, the team.
They're a team.
12 hours, max. I'm not even sure he would have been arrested. Let's just think about it. Did this cop see Dom race? Did he even see him drive? Did he even see him lean against a car?
No.
He saw him walking in a ridiculous jacket, but still walking. Worst case, he gets picked up and released in a few hours. When researching this movie, it became very apparent that Universal didn't expect this movie to do well, and it shows. If you look at the cast, none of them at the time were well known. Not currently famous or unknown usually means cheap. Speaking of cheap, the cars. Most of the cars in this movie are just random cars from Los Angeles, which is cheap, but at the same time a little charming. Charming because it represented a street race culture that was actually there. Arguably the most iconic car, the Supra, was owned by Craig Lieberman, a technical advisor for the movie. His job was to get cars and provide jargon. Now, to be fair, he has been very vocal on how the director didn't listen to almost any of his jargon. A personal pet peeve is the amount of time that has been spent on random cars, and yet they just had this chilling in the background in one race, and that's it. I also find it kind of funny that NOS is being used here, and yet no Millennium Falcon. Anyway, so putting away its various faults, complete lack of continuity, and some of the most nonsensical car jargon, this is actually a good movie. Not good like it was well written or award worthy or good acting.
Ow! I smell skanks.
But good in a way that it is a movie and the movie is entertaining. This was made on a $38 million budget and made over $200 million. Not only was it financially successful, it starred an entire series of movies, some better than others. Driving around in the early 2000s, it was a daily occurrence seeing some small front-wheel drive cars with huge spoilers, 2 or more subwoofers rattling every single piece of a car, and then of course this. This movie was not the cause, but definitely inflated it. Well, if you are looking for a fun movie you definitely can't take too seriously and featuring some very outdated technology, I suggest you give this movie a try.
He's got enough notion to blow himself up, period.
T4 Turbo Dominic, see an AIC controller. Lengthen the injected pulse. Another millisecond, just tune the NOS timer, you'll run 9.
He's got to rip apart the block and replace the piston rings you fried.